And we're back with the weekly market update video for crypto and some basic economic factors. If you like altcoin reviews and once a week I cover the market update, then subscribe to my channel because that's all I do. Let's get started with the market update and talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin, lo and behold, is finally getting its pullback. So I've been talking a lot about Bitcoin actually doing very well out of the gates in 2023 and it's done very well. So we are due for a pullback. We've had several weeks up. If I put this on a weekly chart, you'll quickly see that basically there was our 2023 beginning, which is right here, and we've basically had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks up. That is a lot of weeks up, and we've had very good full body candles, which basically means that we have had a lot of buying happening. Now it's only natural. There's buyers, they made some money, they used some leverage, they're going to test supply now, and we're going to get a pullback. Where are we going to get a pullback to? Well, some zones for my pullback are actually around that swing top right here, so that's pretty much right on where we are, at around that $21,500 ish. The next one is that breakout bar, so around 20 grand, and then of course if I get my retracement and I do a retracement from the high to the low, so that would be from here to here, 50% would come in almost dead on at 20,000 US dollars right here. That's this one. So expect Bitcoin to continue to fall and find a new level or a new floor level before it can begin its next leg up. This isn't a bull run, I've said that many times, but this is the low. This was the low, guys. This was the low. 15k Bitcoin was the low. I'm calling it now. I just don't see Bitcoin going any lower. I know people from YouTube will be saying it's going to keep going down. 2023 is going to be the year that you're going to want to get into Bitcoin, ETH, and maybe some altcoins for a very long position. But for now, the shorts are going to win because, like I said, we're just due for a pullback after having several weeks up. Let's have a look at USDT Dominance, guys. How many YouTubers show you a USDT Dominance chart? It's a very underrated chart, and it basically just shows you where the money is flowing. If USDT is down, it means they're flowing into alts. If USDT is up, it means they're flowing out of alts, and they're testing supply to see if there's any buyers willing to scoop up those alts and Bitcoin and ETH at that specific price. And lo and behold, we finally had our weekly swing break when we started to have several weeks down. And I was like, okay, how much more weeks are we going down? Because you can see full body candles, and then you can start to see the candles start to get less and less. So we had our major drop from January 2023, 15% decrease in USDT dominance. Then the next day we had 4%, and the next day we had 2%. So you can see the spreads are getting much less each week, which means that the buying for alts is actually shrinking. Hence, USDT dominance is due for a pullback or a reversal in trend. And that's exactly what's happening here. You're getting a reversal in the trend. Trend's going to go up. Of course, resistance coming in at that 7.56% dominance, which we are waiting for to come to see if it's happening. So USDT dominance has some ways to go. For now, several weeks are expected USDT dominance to go up. Of course, USDC, like I said, there's the support coming in there at around that 4.8% or 4.08%, I should say. And if we have a look at Big Daddy ETH, my favorite cryptocurrency out of them all, you can see still very much trading between this beautiful range from that low in June last year to now. So you can see there it is going sideways, just hovering between around what is that, 880 American dollars and around 2,000 American dollars. We haven't touched that for a while, so we seem to be going between 1,000 American US dollars for one ETH to 1,700. So that would be this range here. Again, very good for ETH to go sideways for a long time. That means that people are buying it. It's not dipping too low, and that's why I say ETH's the best bet. Altcoins, we don't know. Bitcoin, weaker than ETH. ETH's just holding up. And once we start getting a break of this 2,000 American dollar ETH, we are really going in for it. And of course, ETH, the beautiful ETH holding on it, that's on that 50%. So that's coming in right here. Again, expect there to be some support coming there for ETH very soon. If we have a look at total market cap one, there it is bouncing perfectly almost on that $956 billion total market cap. So holding firm, but looking like we might test it a bit and start breaking through this 50%, unfortunately. Like I said, expect a short-term pullback. Total market cap 2, definitely broken the 50%, and total market cap 3, you can probably guess, definitely breaking through the 50%. If we have a look at BTC dominance, there's the BTC dominance at 44%, and we have broken it. So expect a bit of a pullback now as we start to hover around between 42%-ish and 45% BTC dominance. ETH dominance, still no surprise, much like ETH itself, just trading between a range on the weekly between that, call it, 15%-ish dominance and around that 21% dominance. If we have a look at at the US dollar dominance, you can see there we go, several weeks down, and starts to reverse its change and starts to go up. Of course, expect some resistance to come there for the US dollar strength, and that is going to come somewhere around that 107 mark. So we'll see how we go as we progress through the next coming weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, I expect a bit of a pullback, but with time, it can be tough to predict with the financial markets because it's so news sensitive at this point. It's always news sensitive, but particularly now as well. So that's why timing is very tough to call. If we have a look at some altcoins and which altcoins are suffering the worst, well, I was actually looking at a few of them, but my favorite one to short actually, and I did enter a position, was actually Axie Infinity. So why am I shorting Axie Infinity? Well, if you have a look at a weekly chart, you can see that you have a bit of a smackdown here. So basically you have a wick going up, that's there, means it tried to go up to price, rejected, came down and closed right at the bottom. That is a very bad sign. Perfect rejection at the 50% right here at around that $9.89 mark. And now we are headed down. Where's the floor for this thing? Hard to say, but anywhere between where it is now and $7.85 to $5.94, call it $6. So those would be my profit target 1, profit target 2, as we continue to progress and make profits. If there's any other altcoins, most altcoins are not doing too bad. They're just having a bit of a pullback. And this is what I mean, right? If we have a look at something like APT, which I'm still bullish on, but much more longer term out from where it currently is, I'm talking several months. The reason is you finally had this breakout of about 200% increase in a matter of weeks. It's natural for it to get its pullback, and you can see very close to its 50% of around that $11 mark. So there it is. So look for some support to come there for APT before I expect it to continue making more gains. I'm really hyped for APT in 2023, guys. It's a project I was bagging on. I didn't really like. I didn't like the chart last year, but I have to call it like I see it. Sometimes the breakout just comes like, well, I got to respect the trend. I got to do it. And that's what it is when you're reading a chart. You're taking your own emotion out. You say sometimes, okay, it's breaking out. I've got to go with the trend. The trend's gone up. I'm going to go up with it. Or the trend's gone down. It's broken down. I'm going to go with the trend gone down if you're shorting, and you just let the charts do it and you remove your emotion. That's the way to go about it. So in short, I expect a pullback for the next couple of weeks, maybe a week or two, max 3, before in March, maybe we'll start to build up more and continue up for several more weeks. Really good to get some long positions in for the long term. Cardano is one that I like for a long play as well. If you look on a weekly, that thing got pretty good support, but it is moving very slowly. It's a very slow altcoin, but I like my chances with Cardano because it's already established and it's been around for a while. You can see major support coming on the weekly there. I'm expecting 2023 to be a very good year for crypto. Not to say that the next bull run is starting, but I do expect that prices to be much higher for most cryptocurrencies than what they are currently at the moment. And that's just simply because you can see land prices are going up, house prices are going up. You can see all these companies have made big acquisitions last year. So you're seeing them, they've already put their money in. They're expecting better times to come in 2023. And that would open up the gates for 2024 for the bull run to officially begin. So 2023 is a beautiful year to start getting into some altcoins, but mainly Bitcoin and ETH. And like I said, APT is looking pretty good for a long. Maybe Cardano is looking pretty good for a long. Arweave is also looking pretty good for a long, but still a bit hard to call at the moment because we still need more time. But those are the ones I'm looking at for some pretty good long positions. But I haven't entered any altcoins for very long positions. I'm talking several months, just ETH, and that's it because I love it. So hopefully, if you appreciate my transparency, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, help the channel grow during this bearish period. But until then, everyone, I will see you on the next altcoin review.